Okay, so we're back with part 2 of the B1M review. I have changed the camera position, so the rear camera is at the same place, and that's the wide view of it there. The DVR system's still inside. I have noticed that it gets quite, I guess it gets bumped easily in there, and the G-Shock sensor just locks about 70% of the files. Even on low sensitivity, it locks about 50% of the files. So I've just opted to turn off the G-Shock sensor on the DVR. Yeah, I just didn't find it that useful to have locked files all the time, because then it can't override and your memory card fills up. The alternative to that is that the device does come with a little controller that I mounted on my mirror on my left hand, so it's easy to access, easy to push the button when I want to lock a file and take a screenshot. There's the little button right there. I just mounted it with a zip tie and it peeled off the 3M sticker on the back just so it doesn't move around as much. Yeah, so super easy to reach, so there's no point really in having the G-Shock sensor locking all your files all the time. If it wasn't that sensitive, it'd be more useful. And here's where I remounted the front camera. So instead of the dash, I put it under the headlight. I had to secure it with zip ties, so I put 2 zip ties through the bracket at the front, and then I put 2 redundancy zip ties at the back, just in case, UV light degrades these things and eventually they will break. Anyway, and there's a shot of the button again. So everything's now secured with zip ties, but it's really unobtrusive. You don't really notice it. So far, pretty happy with it. And I'll show you guys the video next. You'll have a before and after with the wide dynamic range turned on and off. And I'll also show you some of the app features. I'll put them up now. So let's take a look at that. So you connect through Wi-Fi on your phone. Pretty easy to do. Open the app that you download from the store. Push enter dashcam. It shows you a live preview. You can go into the settings. It does stop the recording when you go into the settings. So if you back out, make sure you push start recording again, because otherwise your ride won't record after that until you turn your bike on and off again. The app's pretty simple. Not a lot of settings to tweak. Just kilometers, mile per hour if you're using the GPS. Time zone for the right time recording, and yeah, you can scroll the library of clips as well, so that's what's on the SD card. You can switch over to local, so whatever gets saved in the app. I did mention that in my previous video that Wi-Fi transfer is incredibly slow, so really not preferable to do it that way. Better just to pop out the SD card and transfer onto your computer. If you don't have that option because you tuck the DVR too far away, then yes, you can just use the Wi-Fi transfer for that. Here you have the split view of the WDR on and off, so that's wide dynamic range. On the right it's on the left it's off. The day on the left was a little bit brighter. Here's a look at the rear view as well. So yeah, you can see more detail with it on. Whether it's true to color, that's up for debate. Here's the review of the B1M. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope it was helpful for everyone.